Welcome, tech enthusiasts, to our podcast session. Today, we're diving deep into shadow AI, a silent threat that's emerging in companies everywhere. It's like a dangerous cousin to shadow IT, you know?
Yeah, it's fascinating and a bit alarming how employees, in their drive for efficiency, end up using unauthorized AI tools that can completely bypass IT controls.
Right, so let's talk about what shadow AI is. Picture this. The marketing team finds a cool AI image generator. The sales folks use an unauthorized AI assistant to draft emails. And developers, well, sometimes they even paste sensitive proprietary code into public AI coding tools without oversight.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and what's really wild is that, according to recent reports, nearly 80% of enterprise SaaS logins are remaining invisible to IT departments. That's huge.
Exactly. And most employees are just trying to be more productive. They don't even see it as a risk. Imagine a developer thinking, what's the harm in pasting a little code snippet into ChatGPT for a fast bug fix? But that little snippet can expose millions in intellectual property.
Right? Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? The very tools intended to speed things up end up posing some significant security challenges.
Absolutely. I recently heard about a mid-sized tech company where an employee, very innocently, uploaded an entire customer database to an AI analysis tool. And get this, the database held protected health information. Yup, resulting in a massive HIPAA violation with potential fines
Wow.
reaching into the millions.
It really highlights how a well-intentioned move can backfire so badly.
Moving on to the real world risks, we've got several big issues here. First up is data leakage. When employees use consumer grade AI tools, they're basically feeding sensitive data into systems with sketchy privacy measures.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not all. There's also compliance nightmares, right? If you're in a regulated industry, unauthorized AI usage could easily run afoul of GDPR, high pay, PCI DSS, you name it.
Then think about security vulnerabilities. A lot of these public AI tools aren't built with enterprise grade safeguards. Weak authentication, insecure data storage, and even prompt injection attacks are very real threats.
Yep, gotta be careful. And let's not overlook model poisoning. Now, isn't that wild? Attackers intentionally feed harmful inputs to public AI models, which then generate dangerous outputs. A coding assistant might even sneak in tiny security flaws.
Exactly. It's really unsettling when you consider the potential ramifications of compromised AI
For sure,
models.
folks could lose trust in these systems fast, right? But I do wonder, can't companies put more robust security measures in place for these consumer-grade tools? I mean, isn't it a bit harsh to hold them to enterprise standards?
That's a fair point. It's definitely a challenge balancing user convenience with ironclad security. However, the issue is not just about the tools themselves, but the data they handle. Once sensitive data is out there, the risks multiply.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Now let's break down why this shadow AI problem is getting worse. First, there's an explosion of AI tools. There are thousands available with little more than a credit card and an email address.
Right,
No
it's like the
IT
Wild West out
approval
there.
needed.
Exactly, the accessibility is through the roof. And then there's the productivity promise. These tools can boost efficiency by, up to 37% faster task completion, which makes the official channels seem a bit slow in comparison.
And third, the integration gap is a huge contributor. When official company systems don't integrate the kind of smart AI capabilities that employees see in consumer apps, like Gmail offering dynamic features, employees naturally gravitate toward more convenient alternatives.
Right on. That really makes you think about how companies need to catch up. I've even heard of CIOs discovering upwards of 50 different AI tools in their organizations, while only 3 were officially approved. That's insane.
Yep, it's like the shadow ecosystem out there becomes 16 times larger than the sanctioned one.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can companies do about this growing threat? There are several practical solutions in the mix. First, audit your current exposure, use network monitoring and those new AI discovery tools to track what AI services are being used.
Absolutely, you got to know what's happening in your environment. Right. You can't manage what you can't see. Then, there's the development of a clear AI governance policy. This means defining which tools are approved, what kind of data can be fed into them, and outlining the process for requesting new AI capabilities.
Exactly. And it's crucial that such policies aren't just a laundry list of restrictions. They need to be practical and employee friendly so people understand why these protocols are essential.
Can't argue with that.
Fourth, implementing technical safeguards is key. Data loss prevention tools and AI-specific security gateways can help filter interactions with external AI services and reduce the risk of data leakage.
Right, it's like having security checkpoints at every critical juncture. And then education, the maybe most underrated aspect. Instead of just saying don't do this, companies need to educate their employees about the risks. A lot of shadow AI usage comes from simple unawareness.
Yes, creating engaging training that equips employees to identify sensitive data and make smarter decisions is absolutely essential.
It's like teaching someone to drive by, explaining not only the rules, but also the risks of speeding.
I recently heard about one client who reduced shadow AI usage by 70% in just 3 months by implementing an AI concierge service. This fast-track system for employees to request AI capabilities made the official process so much more
that really
attractive.
shows the power of making approved tools more convenient. I have to say though, while those measures sound solid, there's a fine line between controlling risk and stifling innovation. Don't you think too much regulation might slow down progress?
That's a great challenge indeed. It's definitely a balancing act between safeguarding data and enabling innovation. But when you think about the potential financial and reputational fallout from a major data breach, the scales tend to tip toward caution.
I see your point.
And then wrapping up, shadow AI is clearly not a transient issue. As AI continues to embed itself deeper into daily business operations, this unofficial use is only going to grow.
Yes, that's the reality we're facing. Exactly. The organizations that will succeed are those that can strike the perfect balance between robust security measures and empowering employees with the right tools.
Remember, at the heart of it all, employees aren't out to undermine security. They're simply trying to get their jobs done efficiently. The challenge is creating an environment where innovation and security coexist.
Absolutely, it's all about that balance.
For those facing shadow AI issues, consider reaching out for expert guidance on developing a secure AI strategy. This isn't about restricting progress, but rather about channeling it safely to protect the organization's most valuable assets.
Right, managing risks today sets you up for success tomorrow. And that's what makes the conversation around shadow AI so critical. There's danger, opportunity, and a whole lot of negotiation between risk and reward.
Exactly. It's a complex but necessary evolution in the tech landscape. As we look to the future, companies will need to adapt rapidly, keeping pace with technology without sacrificing security.
Yes, indeed. So, to all the tech leaders out there, keep a close eye on shadow AI. Your challenge is to enable your teams to innovate while ensuring that the shadows don't conceal dangerous risks.
Well said. And for anyone tuned in, remember, staying informed and proactive is the key to navigating this evolving digital frontier.
Absolutely, knowledge is power. Thanks for joining us today. Stay vigilant, stay innovative, and keep asking the tough questions.